கண்ணழகு ரத்தினமே கையசையும் பொற்சிலையே காணலையே கண்ணே ஒன்ன காணலையே கையும் காலும் ஒன்ன எண்ணி ஓடலையே பொன்னழகு பெட்டகமே பூ முடிஞ்ச கட்டடமே காணலையே தங்கம் ஒன்ன காணலையே
எழுவாய பூக்களையே எரடுத்தும் பார்க்கலையே ஆளால ஒஞ்சிருப்பு கொத்துதையா அச்சருந்த ராட்டினம் போல சுத்துதையா கொல்லையில வாழையல கொட்டடியில் கோழி குஞ்சு அத்தனையும் மோகத்தை சொல்லுதையா ஆடும் ஆடும் வெறும் வாய மெல்லுதையா.
என்னடா எடுத்தோன்னா ஒரே சோகமா வந்து ஆரம்பிக்குதுன்னு பாக்குறீங்களா? எஸ், திஸ் இஸ் த வெரி கிரேட்டஸ்ட் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபார் எலிஜி. நீங்க இந்த எலிஜினா என்னன்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூ ஷுட் கோ அண்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் த லிரிக்ஸ் ஆஃப் த சாங். அந்த பாட்டோட லிரிக்ஸை வந்து நல்லா நீங்க டீப்பா வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா யூ வில் பி ஏபிள் டு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் வாட் இஸ் எலிஜி. இன் தமிழ் வி ஹாவ் மெனி சாங்ஸ் based on death. For an example, குளிர் 100 டிகிரி அப்படின்ற ஒரு படத்துல இருந்து மனசெல்லாம் உன்னையே நினைத்து வலிக்குது தோளா அப்படின்னு ஒரு சாங் இருக்கும். That is also a fantastic example for elegy. We have many number of examples. எலிஜினா என்னன்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா இந்த ரெண்டு சாங்கை நீங்க கேட்டாலே வந்து உங்களுக்கு நல்லாவே வந்து புரிஞ்சிடும். Let's see the other examples and other parts of the topic. A lyric poem setting forth the poet's meditation upon death. Yes, this poem, Elegy, is talking about the death. It is characterized by a conventional language expressing with the dignity and decorum of a formal grief. So for every occasion of grief, okay, it is sung. தமிழ்ல வந்து சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா ஒப்பாரி பாடல் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதுதான் வந்து elegy. Elegy is a form of literature which can be defined as a poem or song in the form of elegiac couplets written in honor of someone deceased. So யாராவது வந்து இறந்துட்டாங்க அப்படின்னா அவங்களுக்காக பாடக்கூடிய ஒரு song. It is typically laments or mourns the death of the individual. So if somebody died, we used to sing a song. I told you in the other lecture itself, in Tamil we have songs for everything, every occasion. ஒரு குழந்தை பிறந்தாலோ இல்ல வந்து ஒரு அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் பண்ணாலோ இல்ல யாராவது இறந்தாலோ we have a song. We celebrate it like anything. Now let's see the origin of the elegy. Elegy is derived from the Greek word elegus, which means a song of bereavement which is sung along with the flute. So they used the flute to accompany the song of elegy in the Greek world. And then the forms of elegies we see today were introduced in the 16th century itself. So it was started in the 16th century. The most popular examples of elegy is elegy written in a country churchyard by Thomas Gray. So it is a fantastic example for the elegy. And then second one is When Lilacs Lost in the Dooryard Bloomed by Walt Whitman. So Walt Whitman wrote this poem in the mourning of his beloved president Abraham Lincoln, whereas Thomas Gray also mourned for his friend. So it is these both example are the greatest one in an English language. But in modern connotation we can see an elegy nowadays takes its name, its subject matter, not its form. ஸோ இப்போ பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா அதோட சப்ஜெக்ட் மேட்டரை காட்டிலும் அதுக்கான ஃபார்முக்கு அதிகமான இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் வந்து இருக்கு. அண்ட் தென் இட்ஸ் யூஸ்வலி லேமெண்டேஷன் ஃபார் த டெட். தட் இஸ் த பேசிக் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஃபார் அ எலிஜி. இட் இஸ் இன்ஸ்பயர்ட் அதர் சாம்பர் தீம்ஸ் லைக் unrequited love, the fall of a famous city and something like that. The formal elegy usually aims at an effect of dignity and solemnity, as we have seen in the previous slide. Next, its features. An elegy is an expression of grave simplicity, brevity and sincerity. Just like the classical epic, An elegy typically starts with the invocation of the muse. So basically it starts with the invocation of muse, which means to seek the blessings of God. And later then it proceeds by referencing to the traditional methodology. The poet passes on form and expression of personal grief to reflection on human life. The poet represents human suffering, the shortness of human life. So for every human's fall, there is a song of elegy, and the futility of human ambitions. In the elegy, death is inspiration and the soul theme. So that's the main important point. That is, death is the main inspiration and also the soul theme for the song elegy. And then questions are raised by the poet about destiny, justice and fate. Of course, for everything, if the government or if something is lack of destiny, justice and fate, there comes the question which was raised by the poets. If you happen to see the nature of the elegy, it is a kind of lyric. It is an expression of sorrow, woe or despair. In short, the elegy is a lament, a lyric of mourning or an utterance of personal bereavement and sorrow. So therefore, it should be characterized by absolute sincerity of emotion and expression. For an example, John Milton's Lycidas and Shelley's Adonis are two examples of this form. We can see those examples in the later upcoming slides. This kind of digression gives the poet space to go beyond the main or crude a subject to a deeper level where the connotation might be metaphorical. Towards the end of poets generally tries to improve comfort to ease the pain of the situation. We cannot, we cannot surpass the pain. Pain is a personal suffering. Everyone should have to undergo the pain. The main reason why the elegy has come is we can soothe the pain, which means we can travel through the pain. That is one of the way to go across the pain, but nobody can skip the pain. It is inevitable. In Christian, elegies usually proceed from sorrow and misery to hope and happiness, because they saw that death is just a hindrance in the way of passing from the mortal state into the eternal state. So it is a Christian belief that if you are suffering right now, probably you will have a bright future in the upcoming times. So that is the main theme. So all the suffering, even the death, is just a barricade. It's just a hindrance in the way of passing from eternal state. An elegy is not always based on a plot. It should not have any based on a plot. ஒரு death தான் நடக்கணும் அப்படின்னு இல்ல. Any kind of grief can be the subject point. It even reflects philosophy. Okay, it even reflects the philosophy of life. It is an expression of grief and simplicity. There are elegies which can confine to the expression of grief, for example, the burial of Sir John Moore and Tennyson's Break, Break, Break. But more often than not, from an expression of personal grief, the poet passes on the reflection to human life, human suffering, the shortness of human life. So ultimately, death is the inspiration. It is merely the common starting point from which poets have launched various themes, speculations on the nature of death. Death is a part of life. There is a beautiful film based on this called Forrest Gump. It was starring by Tom Hanks. It was a fantastic film in English. Nobody can skip it, and everybody will be on tears when they are reaching the climax. It says that the mother of the child says death is a part of life. Nobody can nobody can escape from this. So ultimately எல்லாருக்குமே என்ன பண்ண முடியும், டெத்தை நம்ம எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும், அதை நம்ம கடந்து போகணும் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் அந்த படத்துல சொன்ன ஒரு மெயின் ஜிஸ்ட். ஓகே, ஃபைன். The name of the film is Forrest Gump. And then next point is there are speculations of natures of death, and then elegy can find theology and even philosophy in its features. there are some examples given. Milton laments the degradation of poetry and religion in Lycidas. Milton wrote Lycidas. The main source of inspiration for him to write Lycidas is the degradation of poetry. Some people came and they degrade poetry. He could not tolerate the pain of degrading something because he loved poetry like anything. So therefore he come up with this work. Elegy on the death of a learned friend, Edward King. He sincerely mourned. So a close friend. We cannot tolerate the pain of our beloved friend. You know, யாராவது வந்து ஃப்ரெண்டு வந்து கூட இருக்க வந்து இறந்து போயிட்டு அதை நம்மளால் வந்து தாங்கிக்க முடியாது இல்லையா, அதுக்காக எழுதின ஒரு சாங், ஒரு போம் தான் வந்து டெத் ஆஃப் அ லேர்னட் ஃப்ரெண்ட், எட்வர்ட் கிங். Tennyson's philosophies on the puzzles of life and destiny in memoriam. Elegy on the death of his friend Arthur Hallam. So Alfred Lord Tennyson, he also nonetheless he wrote the elegy in which it has the philosophical puzzles of life also. And then Matthew Arnold reflect on the course of life of mortal men on the earth in Rugby Chapel. So it is also written by another greatest poet, Matthew Arnold. Elegy written in a country churchyard by Thomas Gray. That's very one of the best one example. It is one of the, elegy written in a country churchyard is the most popular elegies in English language. In this elegy, the poet does not mourn the death of some particular friend or relative, but expresses his grief at the sorry fate of the rude forefathers of the village who die obscurity, unknown, unsung. It is a magnificent and complex work of art, dignified and solemn in tone, and not an expression of personal grief. So there are people who died like unnoticed. இப்போ யாராவது வந்து ஒரு ஃபேமஸ் செலிபிரிட்டி வந்து இறந்து போனால் எல்லாருக்குமே தெரிஞ்சிடும். ஆனால் வில்லேஜில் யாராவது ஒருத்தர் இருக்கவங்க இறந்து போனால் வந்து அது வந்து பெருசாக தெரியறது இல்லை. ஓகே, அதை தான் வந்து இங்கே நோட்டீஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம தாமஸ் கிரே வந்து எழுதியிருக்கார். ஸோ பர்சனல் கிரீஃப் டர்ன்ஸ் இன் டு சாரி ஃபேட் ஆஃப் ஹியூமனிட்டி. In the previous example of Matthew Arnold's Rugby Chapel, the poet direct expression of grief on the death of his father, and the elegy is characterized by sincerity and the intensity of emotion. But from the expression of personal grief, the poet soon passes on reflect on the sorry fate of humanity and on the triviality and futility of human life. It thus becomes an embodiment not merely of the melancholy of the poet, but also the pessimism and despair of the age in which he lived. So he not only bringing up the example of the human and the humanity, the fall of humanity, but also the entire stupidity and the pessimistic mindset of the entire age he represent in the Rugby Chapel. And then next one is pastoral elegy. It introduced during the Renaissance period. Of course, you have studied about Renaissance and the Reformation, right? So it was introduced in that period. During Renaissance, a new kind of elegy was introduced into English poetry. It followed the convention by which the poet represented himself as a shepherd bewailing the loss of a companion. Speech and the setting were borrowed from rustic life. So since it is a pastoral elegy, pastoral itself is a rustic life. This convention lasted down in the modern times. For an example, there are few examples are there. Milton's Lycidas, Matthew Arnold Thyres, in memory of his friend poets A.H. Clow. Both are the pastoral elegies, employing pastoral images and sentiments. This is how Milton recalls his past association with Edward King in Lycidas. Personal grief turned into theology and philosophy. So in Tennyson's In Memoriam, the unique elegy in English language has emerged. It is a collection of over 100 poignant lyrics united into a single whole by the poet's lament at the death of his college friend Arthur Hallam. But along with the expression of a personal grief, there also runs a theology and a philosophy as the poet constantly reflects on the problems of human life and human destiny. The elegy is an epitome of the philosophical and religious thought of the age. Okay, so these are the example for elegy. And there are final thing is dirge, D-I-R-G-E. It is also versified expression of grief like a elegy, but it is in different form. It differs from elegy as in short. Originally composed in commemoration of the dead and chanted in Roman funeral processions or banquets, similar in the intent. So it is also dirge. Dirge is also a kind of lamentation song. Okay, so that's all in this video. I hope you understand what is elegy. In simple, elegy is a lamentation poem. யாராவது ஒருத்தர் இறந்துட்டாங்க அப்படின்னா அதை வந்து மோஸ்ட்டாக வந்து பாடுவாங்க. Not only the people who died, but also for any kind of sorrow, despair for those elements. Thank you.